Jonathan, good evening. Neighbors say they rushed outside when they heard what sounded like an explosion, but they were met with heavy smoke and fire that kept them from going into that home. A group home and 3 lives lost in an instant as a house in Severn went up in flames Saturday night. Stonehearth Road neighbors say they heard an explosion around 10:45 before fire erupted.
It was like a big boom, and it shook the house. So we ran out. I thought somebody ran into a house or something. Then that's when we saw the flames.
911 calls poured in, but in minutes, the one-story rancher was engulfed. Neighbors rushed to help people escape and were met with intense heat and heavy smoke.
We knew the fire was intense before we got here because we started receiving multiple calls from the homes in the area reporting the fire. When our first units got here, they did have heavy fire coming from the back of the home.
The home is run by Arundel Lodge. According to its website, the company runs 32 residential group homes throughout Anne Arundel County, treating those with behavioral or substance abuse issues or those who need supervision. Neighbors like Joyce Wilson Phillips say the residents were friendly and she could hardly bear to watch as the home burned.
It's sad, you know, to hear people and you can't get them out. That's horrible.
4 people escaped, but 2 men who lived there and a woman who worked at the lodge died at the scene. Now the investigation begins into how this tragedy claimed 3 lives. There were working smoke detectors in this home that were going off at the time of the fire. Investigators are now shifting their focus to whether the 3 victims were incapacitated or trapped. Reporting live tonight, I'm Devin Bartolotta for WJZ.
A heartbreaking scene tonight. Devin, thank you so much. Meanwhile, the county has not released the names of the victims. All 3 will undergo an autopsy by the medical examiner here in Baltimore.